What is up, everybody? Welcome into our AT&T 5G virtual studios. I am Julian Sakovitz. This is Susanna Collins, or should I say, how do you say welcome in Italian?
Oh God, what is it? I should know this.
Shoot, we forgot to ask Giorgio. Well, that is our guest today. We have Giorgio Chiellini. Oh my gosh. The LAFC superstar defender, Italian legend, Susanna, one of the best center backs of all time. The word gladiator has been used to describe him, and I think that is the best way to do it. No frills, just does whatever it takes to win. Played in Italy for club and country his entire life. More than 2 decades he's playing in Italy. Then at 38 years old, here he is living in the United States, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to move to Los Angeles. I mentioned winning. Listen to this resume. 9 straight league titles in his 17 years playing with Juventus and Serie A. 2-time runners-up in UEFA Champions League. And of course, the moment we all got to watch, the 2020 Euros that were played in 2021 because of COVID, but they are the reigning champions of Europe, something that he unretired to do to make it happen for Italy. So we have been waiting for this moment, and it delivered.
The minute that it was announced that Chiellini was coming to LAFC, I think you and I texted, we were like, we have got to get Giorgio Chiellini on the podcast. I don't know how we make this happen. But he is iconic. He is an absolute legend. I know we throw that word around all the time in this industry, but talk about a guy who lives up to it. Having covered him a little bit in Serie A, I mean, it is like you said, he is just an absolute warrior, and just a constant and stalwart defensive presence back there. We've got this image up on our rundown right now that we're both looking at, and it's incredible. It's Chiellini with his head bandaged up,
head cracked open,
literally
playing anyway.
And he's still playing, and he's yelling at his teammates.
But that's what he's known for, playing with that, with the flu, broken nose, doesn't matter. Giorgio Chiellini. Take a listen.
Time now for our AT&T 5G call to the field, and I'm a little starstruck right now. This is the man, the myth, the legend. We have defender for LAFC, Giorgio Chiellini. Welcome to the call-up. I can't believe I'm staring at you from across the screen right now. This is unreal.
I'm very happy to be here. No, I'm really here. Don't worry. Thank you very much.
This is, as you can tell, we're both very excited. First of all, how is life in the United States treating you? Do you feel like you are adjusting to our crazy country?
No, I'm settling. Some days different. I have to habit to some different stuff, but I'm okay. Last month I arrived also my family, and we are just settling with school, house, and all the things. And started this new chapter of my life. I'm very happy to be here to try this experience. I received a fantastic welcome from all the person in the club. And I found a really organized club, and I'm very happy to be here. Step by step, I'm trying to help the team to getting the good result. Now we are arriving the last part of the season, the most important, and everyone are excited and looking forward to the last month, starting in the middle of October. We missed just 4 games, and then we will be ready for the playoffs.
Oh my gosh. I'm very happy to hear that your family has settled here, because I always feel like that's the final piece for a player or a coach.
Absolutely.
Is getting the whole crew there in Los Angeles. So congratulations. Well, Giorgio, as you mentioned, you have been in the United States just about 2 months now. So we have a game for you. We want to see how American you have become in your 2 full months in the US of A. For our first question, Giorgio Chiellini, do you prefer espresso or iced coffee?
Espresso. Yeah.
No brainer.
It's too easy.
Okay, well, they get harder.
Maybe, possibly. Okay, next one. Pizza or a cheeseburger?
I prefer pizza, but I think my daughters maybe prefer cheeseburger.
Cheeseburgers are delicious. I thought maybe there might be.
They're here today at the school. And they were
wine
very
or
happy.
beer?
I just talked with her. Yeah, red wine. I'm from Tuscany. Wine is wine.
You probably have a very advanced palate.
Wait, can I
whereas
elaborate
am
on
like-
this question? Do Italians drink rosé?
Yeah, sparkling rosé. Yes.
Okay,
Sparkling.
Sparkling.
Only
Yeah,
sparkling rosé.
Yeah.
Okay, right now we're at Italy
also not
3.
also not sparkling, but not so much. More sparkling.
Okay, not sold. Italy 3, USA 0.
Okay. Next one. Cannolis or cupcakes?
Cannolis.
Yeah,
But I
right.
like banana bread. Banana bread. I like it.
Banana bread is
I
delicious.
should have.
That was
banana
a-
bread or cannolis.
Giorgio, there was a whole thing about banana bread during the pandemic. A lot of people, because they were bored and stuck in their houses, there was like everybody started baking banana bread, and it was a whole thing. And so that's a very, I feel like that's a very, very popular item
Yeah.
and answer.
Giorgio, if you're driving through the beautiful hills of California, are you going to prefer a Vespa or a Harley Davidson motorcycle?
Fortunately, I can't use a motorcycle because it's not allowed in our country because it's too dangerous for the knee. But
Okay,
I
it's a
would like
Vespa
to try
then.
the Harley Davidson. I think it's too difficult for me because I the last time I used the Vespa, maybe I was 17 or 16.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, then 20 years ago is too much. I have to start not with the Harley Davidson, but maybe something easier.
Okay.
That's fair. And obviously, we want you to stay safe. So, yes,
Yeah,
stay off
stay
the
safe.
Harley.
You can't be on the motorcycle.
Do not stay on the Harleys. Oh, this is a good one. Who are better drivers, Giorgio? Italians or Americans?
Americans.
1 point.
We got one.
What do you prefer, Cinque Terre or Malibu?
Okay, I can say Malibu. Malibu is fantastic. The last time I take the bike from Santa Monica and go to Venice Beach with my daughters, were very happy to do the walk, and we spent the time on the playground close to the beach. They were excited to do something new. Also, it was also nice.
It sounds dream. It is beautiful. It is. I mean, it's absolutely stunning.
Mhm.
You picked a very, very beautiful spot to be in. Okay, this is another food one. Pasta or the tacos in Southern California.
I like a lot tacos. I like a lot. Yeah, I like a lot, and I eat also in Italy. But here the level is higher. Yeah.
Tacos.
I like a lot tacos,
Giorgio Chiellini.
nachos, guacamole. Yeah.
Somebody needs to make in Southern California a Chiellini taco, like just for
Listen,
you.
listen, LAFC fans. Okay, Gigi Buffon or Tim Howard?
No way. Gigi is Gigi.
Oh, and this one's spicy. This is the last one, but I like it. Which league has more talent, Major League Soccer or Serie A?
Now Major League Soccer. Until May, Serie A.
Good
answer.
Listen, I think you coming over to Major League Soccer raised the
Yeah, but
level.
not the talent. Not the talent. other stuff, not the talent.
Not true.
For me.
So,
No.
Giorgio, congratulations. You are still 60% Italian.
Yay!
Ready for being an American citizen.
So something we've talked about on this podcast before you came on was there was a lot of news in Major League Soccer, Giorgio, around the espresso machine in the LAFC locker room. The first rumor was that you purchased it. Then Ilie Sanchez told us at the All-Star game that LAFC bought the espresso machine just to make you happy, to impress you. What happened? Tell us the real deal.
Yeah, not at the PC. At the performance center, we just have, but at the stadium, no. I said, can I buy? Not a problem. Just can I bring them? Don't worry, I take care of you. And they buy it for me, but everyone now take espresso also at the stadium, not just me. And
okay.
also during the match on the road, like now we are in Minnesota, Minneapolis, and they buy one, but I'm not just the only one take espresso, because a lot of us now take it. Before they didn't ask you because maybe it's not important, or they didn't like me, but it is the using of espresso is increasing the last 2 months a lot in the LAFC.
Who did we talk to? Anton Tinnerholm of NYCFC said he likes to have coffee.
He did?
Before games, yes. So you're not
Very
alone.
Italian.
Yes, it is. I know it is very Italian of him.
I just taken one 15 minutes ago.
I mean, I had an iced coffee about an hour ago.
You're so embarrassing. It's not like I ever drink that.
It's not espresso. But I needed the little pick-me-up,
Yeah.
you know? Sometimes I wanted to be on top form for our interview with Chiellini.
Me too.
Giorgio, so 22 years playing professionally, but all of that time spent in your native Italy. So why MLS now? What was it that made you say, "Yep, I'm gonna make this change"?
I followed this league from many years ago, and I see how it's increasing in the last years. And I remember when Jovinko comes here 10 years ago, and all the what happened in the last year. I always fascinated by US as a life, and also MLS as a league. And after losing the draw for going to the World Cup, I received a call from LAFC, and I started to think it's a good moment for me and my family to try this new experience. I'm still fit, good. No, not as when I was 25, but I'm feeling still good. I'm very happy to be here. I hope to can help this league to continue to grow up, and I try to do my part, nothing more. I'm just one of 25. I continue to repeat of the team, but I hope also with my presence here, MLS could be more followed in Europe, and I hope in the next year I'm remembered as a person who helped this league to increase. I really believe in it. I think from now to 2026 there is the World Cup here. This league have a good chance to continue to increase. The many of the young kids and adolescents love soccer instead of many years ago there is less followed. And now just continue to invest in soccer because there is a great potentiality, and we'll see. But I'm very happy, really very happy to be here.
Giorgio, something that it's even in the way that you answer the questions. It's the same way that you play. Maybe some might say it's a little old-fashioned, but it's uncompromising, nothing fancy, just there to do the work. That's the type of physical defender you've always been. It's what I've loved watching about you. Do you feel like that type of player is missing from today's game?
Yeah, it's changing. Yeah, for sure. The soccer is changing, and also the type of defender is completely changing in the last year. I think the perfect is a mix. Then for sure now we'll play better than 10 years, 15 years ago, because Guardiola, I think, completely changed the way of football and the way of start to build up from the goalkeeper. And we have to improve ourselves and change our mentality. But now the risk is going to the opposite direction. Then now nobody is able to defend. Nobody is able to do the 1-against-1 or mark in the box. And I think it's something in the middle could be the perfect things for a defender. And also for this league, consider that the most difficult things, and there is just 3 DP. And for sure, you have to play number 8, number 9, number 10, or number 11. The forward is in every part of the world is the most expensive, and also the key of of a team. Then sometimes we arrive and many teams has not many money in the salary cap to use for a defender. This is a balance that every club has to find, and it's not easy. But I think that the young players could grow up with a balance between the old, the classical defender and the new school.
It's so interesting because one of the things that you said, Giorgio, in your previous answer about kind of like raising the awareness of MLS in other countries, and like we've got this like wave of Italian players making their way to Major League Soccer, and you included obviously Lorenzo, Insigne, Bernardeschi. Do you have conversations with them? Like, how are they finding it? I'm just curious, like, if you think that this is going to be a trend that we're going to see, because for us, it's obviously very exciting. I think there's a lot of people here that follow Serie A, and these are huge names for us to be watching.
I have a conversation with Lorenzo before he has signed, and for sure with Federico, I spoke with him every week, and especially in the period during the transfer window, is find a new club. I'm talking a lot with him about all the potentiality of this league, and also all of the good stuff and the bad stuff he could find if he decide to come here. But it's a choice of life, because for us, we are Italian and we don't move very so much. Then it's difficult that an Italian move to the other part of the world. It's a big change, but if your family follow you, I think it's really a good change for all the family, for a new chapter of the life, and also we can continue in a good way our profession, for sure, but also we can enjoy all the things that the life in US or in Toronto, in this case, for Lorenzo, Mimmo, and Federico could give us. It's different. At the beginning, you have to have it, because all the things requested are so different. Then every day you discover something new. But I think we can live very well here. And also, I'm very happy that Lorenzo and Federico and also Mimmo starting in a fantastic way in Toronto. Toronto has a big Italian community, but I've found a lot of Italian also in Los Angeles, really a lot. Okay. That at the beginning also helped me a little bit, because when you arrive, you doesn't do nothing also for the language. I speak English, but not so very well as I want, and sometimes when you need something, it's better if you talk in Italian. Then I many Italians in LA helped me a lot in the first weeks, and now I'm settling very well, and I'm very happy to start the normal life with the school I started a few days ago, and now I can really enjoy my family out of the pitch, but start to think just off the pitch when we need.
I just want to comment on something that you said there. You speak English very well. Very well.
No.
Very well.
I'm improving, but I would like to do it better.
Of course, but I just want you to know we appreciate your English, and it's fantastic.
And also playing in MLS. Grazie. Playing in MLS, I have to improve also my Spanish, because a lot of players are Spanish language. Then
us too, George.
Yeah. Tengo que aprender otro el español.
Sí, en español también. But for you in Italian, it's más fácil.
Yeah, it's easy.
Giorgio, you sound like you're a real student of the game, always watching MLS, consuming the game. So it makes me wonder, who are some other defenders or some young defenders that you watch that you love the way that they play?
To be honest, I think they are not young, but I've seen also the defenders who went to MLS All-Star game, and I think is the best defender for this first month. I think also Murillo deserved to be here, to be there, because
he's been special.
He did a fantastic season, and he deserved like the other, but Zimmerman, Long, Miller, and also Glasner did a fantastic season, and they deserve to be there. I was really positively impressed about our defender, but I've said in the first press conference that we really have a good defender. I'm very happy to stay with them and maybe to teach them some little secret about the way of defending and the art of defending.
Can you imagine,
dark
this guy,
art.
learning from this guy?
No, I can tell he'd be a fantastic instructor.
But the level of defender is good.
One of the things that is so special about LAFC and Bank of California Stadium, which I'm sure, when they introduced you that game, the 32-52, the supporters, Giorgio, they went absolutely nuts, and they go nuts every single game. It's one of the best environments in the league. What was your first impression?
Yeah, the first day I was here, I was impressed because really all the time for 90 minutes they never stopped to loud and to dance and to be close to the team. This is something not usual. And also I expected all the stuff doing maybe before, because it's a show, and it's a very beautiful that it is living as a show and not just as a match for 90 minutes. It's something start before and finish later, and I like so much when the fans are together before the match, 1 hour, 2 hours before.
Yeah, the tailgate.
Doing some activities close to the stadium. This is really fantastic. I didn't expect all for 90 minutes this hot fans for us, and the same for Juventus. My ex-teammates in Juventus, when they went to the stadium, they was really shocked about 32-52. Because all the time louding and dancing, and really it wasn't a fantastic atmosphere. I didn't think to find, but also my old teammates say the same thing. So the atmosphere was fantastic, unbelievable. They really, me and them are really impressed about this thing, and this is why also is important arrive in the fourth position for us as top as possible, because playing the playoff at home is different than play away. For us, especially with our fans, it's too important try to finish in the best way as possible. We know it's not easy against Philadelphia, but we have to try to win as soon as possible the West, and then we'll see until the end for the supporter shield. Also, I before coming here, I thought that in the when you walk in the city, less people recognize me, because I was a bit instead the soccer is growing up a lot, and not just the Latin or the Italian stopping, but many Americans. This is changing in the last 5 years, because I remember I went many times in holiday in US. The last time was in 2018, because 19 and 20 I can't move because was born my smallest daughter, and then there is COVID and it was impossible. And I think in the last 5 years it changed a lot how the soccer is feeling in the US, and this is very important for us. Now I'm very happy we closed the deal with Apple, because I think it's the best way to show the MLS in the world with this fantastic company. And now step by step we are growing up. I'm happy now. We need just a think, but I know it will not very easy, and it's not very easy because everyone at the end want a right to win. But I hope I'm able to help the team to join this achievement.
Giorgio, you have been here just 2 months, and you are one of the most informed Major League Soccer players that I have ever talked to. It must be. I mean, you graduated with a master's degree in business administration, so it's like it has to be that cerebral part of your brain, because the fact that you're even mentioning Apple.
I love to study, and really I think that the knowledge is the most important thing when you can talk about something, and then when you about your work. If you don't know how the opponent or how for what they speak, it's impossible to have a good idea, or also to be heard really and listen it from someone. That I study a lot from when I start to talk with LAFC. The most difficult things was remember all the name of my teammates, because to be honest, when I arrived, I never known before April or May, March. Just Carlos, I known before that, and also related the name to the face, and it was not so easy. But I start to see all the matches for AFC. I start to arrive, and when I arrive, I know the name of everyone. But I study, because instead, if I arrive and then nice to meet you, Giorgio, to be honest, it's impossible. No, and the same for the opponent, because now tomorrow we play against Minnesota. And until few months ago, I never know Reynoso or Amarilla or the other players. I think it's normal, but now I have to know very well, because they are the most.
It's very respectful, though, I have to say.
What a
There's
teammate.
not many. There's not every player that came a few months ago.
I think it's the minimum, but this is my opinion.
Sure.
Listen, what a gent. What
Yeah.
a true gentleman. Okay, so LAFC have already clinched their position in the postseason, so they will be playing soccer in the playoffs, football in the playoffs. But the supporter shield is a big deal in Major League Soccer, and I know that it is a huge goal of LAFC. But Philadelphia are kind of on this like crazy hot streak, and you mentioned it before. LAFC were flying for a while. I know there's like every season, there's peaks and valleys. But how does this team, put on your cerebral brain and your analytical mind here, Giorgio, what will it take for LAFC to finish out the season strong, win Supporters Shield, and secure that home field advantage throughout the playoffs?
It's one of our goals, and we know it's important. We are sad about the last defeat, because some of this we didn't deserve. But at the end, the pitch speak, and we lose 4 of the last 5. Philadelphia, we have to do the compliments to them, because a lot of win streak, and then he reduced the points from us, and now there is a battle. I think tomorrow will be very important. If you are able to win tomorrow here in Minneapolis, we have a good chance to win the Supporter Shield. But also, if you will not win tomorrow, we try until the end to arrive for, because it's a huge, it's a trophy. It's a trophy. Then for sure, MLS Cup is more important, but starting to win a Supporter Shield is good, and also both teams deserve this achievement. We'll see. If you win, we can push up into the playoff with more confidence. But in the other way, also, if you will not drive at the end, winning the Supporter Shield, we arrive with many certainties, and we will arrive at the playoff with the confidence and the knowledge to be a very good team. But we can win just if we work all together, and we will pay attention to all the details. Mm-hmm. And this is something we missed in the last games. But it's not easy. We need time. But now we have just 1 month almost, because today is 12. Then we need a little bit 1 month in order to reduce or erase all the mistakes as possible. And I think all together, with the help of our fantastic fans, we can really live a fantastic month from the second part of October and the first week of November.
Well, I'm sure you're making LAFC fans and MLS fans very...
I'm circled the date of 5 November in my mind, and also in
the date of MLS Cup? That's what we call manifesting. What do you say in Italian?
What?
In English, we say you're manifesting it, like you're going to make it happen.
Will it to happen.
Yeah, what do you say in Italian?
Hey, I don't know. I think it's a good mentality, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, fantastic.
All right. Well, you
yeah.
know what?
Good.
Giorgio Chiellini has the date of MLS Cup circled on his calendar.
I love that so much.
Will be difficult, but you have to think about it if you want to reach this goal.
You're manifesting it.
That is.
Yeah.
Chiellini is manifesting an MLS Cup for LAFC. This was, this was one of my favorite days ever. So thank you.
I circled today on my calendar.
We both circled our calendar because we knew we were going to get to talk to you.
It's a pleasure, really a pleasure, and I hope to see you soon. And we hope to see you 5th of November.
Here for this, and we've got a few that are right up our alley as the official fashion police of Major League Soccer. Thank you very much. These are roles that we hold very near and dear to our heart. We take it very seriously. So when we see these kind of inquiries come in, like we are on it.
We're chatting amongst ourselves.
Absolutely.
Sharing it with the people. And
so
we
this
appreciate
is a good one.
you.
So
what do we call them? Our reinforcements?
Yeah, our eyes and ears.
Our eyes and ears on the ground.
Eyes and ears on the ground. So recently we had at G Zolo tweet at us because our numero uno, our best dressed coach of 2021, Jim Curtin,
the reigning champ,
possibly making some questionable fashion choices. So this was the situation. No. So G Solo tweeted at us. He says, "Thoughts on this? Bold or faux pas? Is Jim no longer best dressed? Is there a phenomenon that the better your team is, the bolder your fashion choices?" So what he is referring to is Jim Curtin was rocking a little blue on blue, and it was 2 shades of navy blue, where he had on a navy blue t-shirt, but then a pair of pants that were also navy blue. The pants were a little bit darker, so 2 different shades, kind of like competing with each other. And he's asking us if this is okay. So we're looking at it right now. And I mean, this looks like, true. No. My father, my wonderful, wonderful, darling father, who
John.
I love very much, John, he is a retired gym teacher.
So
you are
not
dad,
going there right now.
And he's also colorblind. So
you are being so disrespectful to our reigning champion. I'm just putting that out there.
Every morning, my dad, he either had like track suits that he would wear that were like matching and my mom would buy them for him so he couldn't screw it up. But when he was sort of left to his own devices, like if it was laundry day, he would sometimes pull out like the different shades of blue and thought that it looked good. And this is what it reminds me of. And I gotta say, because it's Jimmy C, I think he can get away with it. But
you're on the fence right now.
Ice. And just because you are the reigning best dressed coach, according to us, you got to step it up, because guess who's back? Guess who's going to be back next year?
Who's back this year?
Lucci Gonzalez, who is the OG.
Lucci is qualified for this year.
He is the OG. Is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
We can't qualify him?
Why?
No?
I don't think so. He's not roaming the sidelines yet for San Jose, so we can't really.
Right. There's nothing.
But he is the inaugural Golden Hanger Award winner.
Which he hated.
I'm just saying.
Which he hated. My here for this is an ongoing theme that we've had over the last couple of weeks. Do you have any guesses?
Okay, a theme. I don't know.
Hot dogs.
Oh.
Hot dogs, again, all the rage. And I got to credit Claudia Pagan with DC United, who kills it on their sideline doing all their social content. She captured this, Susanna Collins. Now that is amazing. So it's what holds the ball like in a very celebratory, respectful way. At kind of like at the midline where the 4th official stands, and the ball must have been used for an out of bounds. And someone put their white, disgusting paper plate on the little ball holder, and there's a hot dog just sitting on it.
I think it's amazing.
Someone paid a lot of money for their front row seat. That's going to be my guess. And they were like, "Where's the cup holder? Where's the hot dog holder?" And they decided that they would.
They're like, "Well,
totally
right
disrespect the ball holder," and I'm so here for it.
I love it. So the list of the top 25 best-selling MLS jerseys was released this week. Okay. And this is always really fun. Do you remember a few years ago we played a game with the Cooligans?
Yeah.
And we had to
we just kept having to guess who was in the top 25.
Exactly.
We did these.
I think we did pretty well. Yeah. So so this list is out. If you guys want to see what it is, go to MLSsoccer.com. You can see. But before we knew what this list was going to look like, Jill and I were tasked with basically guessing our top 10. Like what we thought were going to be the top 10 best-selling jerseys in MLS in 2022. Okay, so number one, and this is definitely not who I had at number one, was Gareth Bale of LAFC, who has been at LAFC for like 2 seconds. Okay? Like, LAFC fans, y'all went out and bought these jerseys because that is the number one best-selling jersey
Bale
of 2022.
Got here yesterday.
Literally 2 seconds ago. Number two, another surprise, at least for me, Christian Fuchs. Charlotte FC fans just going nuts. Christian Fuchs, number two. Carlos Vela.
No surprise.
Number three. Then we have Chicharito.
Yep.
Which I was surprised that he was at number four.
No.
Oh, surprised that he was at number four. I had him higher. Joseph Martinez, because, well, I mean, I guess that one wasn't really a surprise because Atlanta fans are crazy and they like to buy jerseys. And Joseph is Joseph.
They love Joseph.
They do. Number 6, Raul Ruidiaz. He was on the list last year. I do remember that. Sounders fans in general.
Sounders always get 3 or 4 on top 25.
Number 7, Carol Swinderski of Charlotte FC. Listen, let's give it up for the Charlotte FC fans. Can we? Can we just? Because
that is so random.
You've got two players in the top 10.
Not that those names should surprise you, but let's just be honest. It's no Gareth Bale.
No, I know.
Amazing.
It is. It's incredible.
And we got to give credit to the next one too. With an amazingly deserving name in terms of who he is.
Of course.
But a franchise that does not always show up in terms of jersey sales. Shaqiri with the Chicago Fire, number 8.
Another guy who hasn't seen a ton of minutes this year, but yeah.
And then I really like the next two because it shows me that people are supporting the U.S. men's national team, but they're also supporting the hard-working MLS lifers.
Yes.
Jordan Morris at number 9 with the Seattle Sounders, and rounding out our top 10, or the league's top 10, is Walker Zimmerman of Nashville SC.
Reigning Defender of the Year. Let's go. So that is your top 10.
I think we should see how many we got.
Okay.
Susanna Collins, being the experts that we are, we each were tasked with last week guessing who also would crack the top 10. Both of us turned out with 6.
I think 6 out of 10 is respectable.
60%. I'll take that. I think that gets you past on the Regents exam.
Yeah.
So in my top 4, I had Chicharito, Joseph Martinez, Raul Ruidiaz, and Carlos Vela.
Wait, we had the exact same top 4. We literally did.
Oh my God, you had Gonzalo Higuain at 5?
I love him.
Me too, but I stand him and I had him at 10. I'm so impressed by you.
I also like their jerseys are cool.
I know.
They're pink, so I just figured maybe Miami.
I want a Gonzalo jersey.
I know.
And I cannot believe that Sebastian Driussi and Hani Mukhtar did not crack the top 10. Shame on you, Austin and Nashville fans. Because when I think about packed stadia, when I think about amazing fan bases,
both of those.
It's those two.
Both of those teams. I know.
I'm just surprised that they didn't carry it over into the jersey sales.
The 2 guys that are literally going to be going head to head for MLS MVP at the end of the season, and they did not crack the top 10.
You know what? MLSers, you're all in our top 10.
Bravo. So on that note, because it's Jersey Week, we wanted to show off some of our favorites, because we get, and I've said this before in the show, we are so lucky. People's teams send us jerseys, t-shirts, swag, scarves all the time. And so it was hard to choose. It was what can I possibly, how do I choose a favorite? Because I showed off my Rodrigo Schlegel goalkeeper jersey from Orlando the other week. That's right up there.
Right.
But this one was just so different and special. And then the way it arrived, I'm talking about the Jimi Hendrix Seattle Sounders jerseys that they actually wore this past weekend and won. Big win for them. So this was, it's the Purple Haze. It's so cool. It came in this incredible box, and the way it was presented, it had Jimi Hendrix lyrics on it. I mean, it's just because he's obviously like Seattle legend, and I love this one.
That one is very special. It's very unique. So for a long, long time, mine has been like a 2018-2019 Atlanta United parlay kit. It's just, it's turquoise, it's vibrant, it's different. I love it. But I was blessed with my new absolute all-time favorite jersey this past weekend.
Oh, I think I saw this on Twitter. This was very, very
So, as you know, September is Childhood Cancer Month.
Yep.
And Atlanta United went all out. It was amazing to see everything happening across the league. And it was just so special to be there in person at Mercedes-Benz Stadium to see all the pediatric cancer fighters, their families, getting treated like the rock stars that they are.
Aww.
But I have a new friend in Jacob Bannister.
Okay.
Now, Jake was the only person in all of MLS to design custom numbers. And he designed every single number that you saw on the back of Atlanta United's jerseys this weekend in their win over Toronto.
Cool. That is so cool.
Didn't he do such a great job?
Great job.
So shout out to Jake Bannister, who delivered this to me on the sideline. We got to do a halftime interview that he killed, crushed it on live TV, and learn a little bit about the inspiration. So he's a huge Atlanta United fan. And when they knew, they're like, that's the guy we got to have design our numbers.
Incredible.
So bravo. That's my new fave.
That's, of course, that is an impeccable choice.
Yeah.
Love. Guys, what's on tap? Guys, there's in the theme of jerseys, still time to head on over to the MLS store, grab your favorite MLS jersey as Jersey Week continues. And while you're there, earlier today, Adidas dropped their Ultra Boost Copa collaboration for 7 clubs. So make sure to grab a pair and rep your club on the soccer field. These shoes are sick.
I'm still
super sick.
Waiting.
I was like, I know. I'm like,
for my door. Oh, maybe that was
right.
when my doorbell was ringing.
Oh,
maybe that's what they were.
Special delivery.
And Campeones Cup is back.
Oh boy.
You can catch the final tomorrow night, September 14th, as New York City FC takes on Atlas at Yankee Stadium. Tune into that game, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Univision and ESPN too. So that does it.
Arrivederci.
Ciao.
Ciao. Mwah.
What's up, everybody? It is Susanna Collins and Jillian Sakovitz, co-hosts of The Call Up. And if you want more Call Up action, hit like and subscribe right here on YouTube, right there.
And also make sure that you download every episode of The Call Up every single Tuesday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time or anywhere that you get your podcasts. And while you're here, why not check out some of these other videos as well?